All right, that moves us to number 10 on our agenda, the approval of the minutes of the September 23rd, 2004 board meeting. Do I have a motion? Mr. Hogan.
I'd like to make the motion that we approve the minutes of the September 23rd, 2024 board meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I saw Mr. Satterfield. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? That motion carries 7-0. And that leads us to public participation. And before we get started, I'll just read our statement. The board welcomes and encourages public participation. We respectfully ask that you adhere to the procedures provided in Board Policy BEDH, public participation at meetings. Your comment should be limited to 3 minutes and must remain on either the topic noted on your sign-in form or a listed agenda item. Questions asked during public participation will be handled in accordance with Board Policy BEDH. Ms. Taylor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have one speaker tonight. Kim Murphy is here to speak about building an unnecessary school.
Good evening. Dr. Ross recently announced that District 5 did not have the enrollment growth that it anticipated. In fact, the district is decreasing in enrollment. That decrease is so significant that he said that the $1.5 million in operational tax revenue, which I feel should have gone to operations, was going to be diverted to buy portables in Chapin, is now proposed to be spent on something else. Your enrollment reports have actually been documenting the decreasing enrollment, but that decreasing enrollment does not seem to be factored into decisions that have been made to hold a bond referendum with a new elementary school in it, proposals to uproot children with their homes from their home schools and rezone them to another one, or add classrooms onto schools that have decreasing enrollment. In fact, we have not seen any other options that have been considered with factual numbers to show that the bond referendum with a proposal to close Dutch Fork Elementary School as an elementary school, buy land for another Dutch Fork Elementary School somewhere else, build a new school, then move the alternative academy from Spring Hill to Dutch Fork Elementary School is the best option for students, families, taxpayers, and communities in District 5. Incidentally, Dutch Fork Elementary has decreased in enrollment and now has 393 K-5 students. Even though Chapin High School has decreased in enrollment, instead of moving Chapin High, instead of moving the alternative academy to Dutch Fork Elementary, why don't you first consider adding on the design wing to Spring Hill? That would be a whole lot less expensive than buying land for a new elementary school, building it, and the cost to operate it, and the never-ending cost to maintain it. But we've not seen the option to add on to Spring Hill considered. The only thing we have heard from a high-level administrator at a recent bond referendum presentation is that you must build new facilities to attract more students because families after COVID had chosen to send their children to private schools or homeschools. I don't ascribe to that line of thinking. I'd say that it is not a very good use of taxpayer money. The tax dollars should be spent on education and to make our existing schools safe. Spend it there and win over new families, and they will come. Back to school sites. I know this district and its layout well. There aren't school sites available on the lake side of the interstate, the side where Dutch Fork Elementary currently sits, and where it has been a neighborhood school to children in Old Friarsgate and nearby areas. But there is additional land behind Dutch Fork Elementary that's actually owned by the district. If you aren't going to consider keeping the alternative academy at Spring Hill, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.